Today I fucked up by taking my 8-year-old to Spencer's in the mall. Happened yesterday. She wanted new stickers for her water bottle. It was her last day of summer and it's been a summer of bummer due to some health issues on my end, so we crafted a plan to go on an adventure. Hot Topic was the plan. Walked in, saw a Spencer's. Remember them selling dumb stuff in my youth. Assuming Spencer's would have some stickers, we walked in. The front of the store was pretty casual and had the dumb parody shirts I remember from my youth. We walked further into the belly of the beast and inappropriate t-shirts were displayed. Things like I heart hot dads and I fucking hate Mondays. Not ideal, but she wasn't paying attention. Then we get to the back wall. Dildos, candy dicks, and the real cherry on the sex toy sundae, a butt plug with a tail. Fortunately, she was fixated on finding stickers and didn't ask questions. I didn't freak out, just quickly walked to the exit. Then I spent $50 on stickers at Hot Topic. TLDR, my 8-year-old wanted stickers, and I mistakenly took her sex toy shopping. Edit, I'm aware Amazon sells stickers. I wanted to get her out of the house before she went back to school. I also spent $20 on pretzels. It was fun once we got away from the sex toys. To be fair, it does say parental advisory right at the entrance. My partner manages a Spencer's, and you'd be surprised how many people bring in their really little kids, or packs of middle and high schoolers who frequent the back wall N. So 23-year-old here, I've always remembered Spencer's having sex toys and obscene shirts. Was there ever a time where that wasn't the case? Because if so, it wasn't in my lifetime. I'm not trying to be condescending, I'm just genuinely curious. I didn't even need to read this to know your 8-year-old saw some dildos LOL. Crazy that you didn't remember what Spencer's was LOL. Those things is all it's actually known for. I graduated high school in 1987 and back then, Spencer's had a slightly naughty section. You had to be 18 to go into that part, but it didn't have any sex toys. Mostly just gag gifts. $50 for stickers. Stickers? That's the TIFU. I remember going to Spencer's in 2007 and giggling with friends in the back of the store while we made fun of the naughty stuff. Good memories. I've seen Hot Topic change from a scene emo store to a pop culture store. Never quite got over that. Your kid probably won't die of having seen a dildo once LOL. Kids not much older than that keep drawing dicks on walls around these parts. If you have a box lunch at your mall, check them. They often have stickers, primarily of nerdy fandoms. TIL Spencer's is still in malls and people still go to them. 1989 me would be pleased. I'm 35 and in my entire adult life I've known Spencer's to sell nothing but funny offensive t-shirts, sex toys, shot glasses, and bongs. Not sure what you thought your 8 years old would purchase inside. I'm a manager at Spencer's Spirit and the stories I could tell you are wild. The one most engraved into my brain was when a woman asked me to help her find nipple piercings. She didn't know what gauge size she was and proceeded to lift her shirt up and flash both boobs at me and ask, "Do you know what size these are?" With her boyfriend right behind her, and my face went from Casper white to tomato red. My daughter started to like Spencer's when she was 11. She likes the jewelry, backpacks, t-shirts. But what she really likes is wandering towards the back until I start whisper yelling at her. Then she runs out cackling like a maniac. My brother's kids are 13-11, they always go to shop at Spencer's. The real today I fucked up was paying that much for stickers of all things. Man, I feel old. As feral children we used to hang out in Spencer's, all the softcore porn and sex toys were what made it fun. Spencer's will be there to turn out the lights when the mall finally dies. When I was 8 I was beating NPC with the giant dildo in GTA San Andreas. She'll be fine. They had those kind of things in there when we were kids in the 90s too. Not sure why you're surprised. I walked into Spencer's and had no clue what the store was. I walked to the back and stood in front of a wall and was like, wow, look at all the portable chargers. My mom proceeded to run to me and drag me out. I was like, how I needed a portable charger, I lost mine, and she was like, those were not portable chargers. A few years later now I know what those were. She'll be fine. It's funny looking back. Parent brings their kid to Spencer's Gifts. Yeah, I know just how this would end without even reading the story. Back when I was in school, this is where everyone would go to buy sex toys in high school. I distinctly remember whenever a girl's birthday was coming up, the girl's closest guy friends would put their money together to buy the girl a dildo vibrator. The running joke was the bigger the toy, the easier the girl was. Times were very different back then. I mean, way back more years than I care to admit. My friends and I bought a friend some suggestive wedding presents and gave them to his new wife straight from a mall. Don't quite know what you'd expect. But 8 years old. That's an interesting age. Not sure if she'd recognize some of the things there. But maybe so. Congrats, your child is officially living in 1986. So, you remember them from your youth, but I take it you never actually went in. $50 on stickers. I'm 8 years old. Why not check out Dollar Tree? Just saying, I'd never spend $50 on stickers. Man, when I was a kid the only thing I knew about Spencer's was the back wall was covered in all sorts of plasma globes and discs and lava lamps, and it was a real sight to behold. I've never heard of Spencer's, but that name does not exactly scream adult toys. Spencer's has always been like that. TBH, depending on how much alone time your kid has on a laptop, tablet, phone, how your parental controls are set, and how those things are on her friends she spends time with, devices are as likely seen worse. From the aunt of a now almost 11 years old who has seen way too much and has enough freedom that she keeps popping up on my people you might known on Twitter, Insta, Reddit, TikTok, etc. Back in my early teen years, I discovered a sex toy at Spencer's and turned quickly to show my friend for sharing giggles, only to have that sudden movement launch the toy out of the apparently open end of the box. It sailed through the air, slid along the ground, and came to rest at the feet of a man and his preteen son. I remember the man surreptitiously kicked the offending phallus under a nearby rack before his son turned around, so as to avoid having to discuss it. As soon as I saw the title I thought she took her to the back, huh? Have you never been to a Spencer's? This isn't new and there are warnings everywhere, lol. Glad everything was okay. But open up your eyes a little. You should get her a sticker mule account. Pretty common for a Spencer's to have sex stuff. Have you never been to one? OMG, same thing happened to me with my 8-year-old 2 years ago. Walked into the Spencer at American Dream. I was like, I'll show you where dad used to buy stuff as a teenager, and immediately hit with a MILF Patrol t-shirts. My daughter, of course, is an excellent reader. Face with rolling eyes. The world needs more stores like Spencer's. Places where a teenager can wander in, buy a dildo, and wander out. First time in a Spencer's store. I'll never forget when a woman brought her similar-aged daughter into a Spencer's I was at. Kid proceeded to yell, "Look Emma, I'm a candy," while pointing at the massive dick lollipops. Not a fuck up, it might click later in life and you'll get to share a laugh. When I was little, I was at the mall with my dad and my aunt and they wanted to buy a gag gift, a blow-up sex doll lol from Spencer's for my granddad's birthday. I was too young to be left alone, so my aunt scooped me up, told me to cover my eyes and ran in so they could find something fast. The memory makes me smile to this day. I mean, to be fair, the dildos and dick pops and stuff have been there since the 90s. So that's on you not paying attention when you went as a child. Spencer's turning into a sex shop like it is now is a more recent thing, but it's been selling the trashy stuff since forever. Yeah, not a place for kids. Are you 100? Spencer's has been selling dildos and shit for like 25 years. $50 on stickers. Spencer's has had obscene shit since I first went into one, which was over 2 decades ago. I find it weird that this was unknown. Lesson learned, I suppose. You don't need to throw it in their face, but also don't need to worry so much about sheltering them either. Depending on the age, your answer questions give minimal information if they're old, or you can give more information. If they don't ask questions, then you don't say anything. Easy peasy. Seems like you did it properly. I don't see the